We're back.
And welcome to A Dose of Candor with Jay and Leigh. And today we're going to be talking about my current high school experience.
Yeah, you were wanting to talk about our high school experiences because of how different everything seems.
Different.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was in high school literally 25 years ago, so. And I of course, I'm from up north, so
Hold on.
state standards
The math is not math.
are obviously different as well.
It would be 21. When did you graduate high school?
So, well, I graduated early. So I was in high school from 2000 to 2003, but technically 2004 because I did go back to walk with my class. So I started high school literally 25 years ago.
Sorry.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, you're old.
I know. I mean, what did you want to talk about that's so different between our experiences?
Well, because
I just know you talk about it and I'm like, oh wow, it was really different back in my day.
Yeah, because okay, my family calls me a high school dropout, but I'm not a high school dropout.
No, you're just doing virtual right now.
Yeah, because I can't even say his name. I can't even out him. And it sucks. I'm going to call him Mr. K.
Okay. Well, what about Mr. K?
Never mind. I can't say that.
Oh, okay.
I genuinely hope he nicely stubs his toe and nicely has other things happen.
Oh, okay. No, that's the teacher that, like, I swear, and you know what? It always seemed like whenever you would call and vent about that teacher, I was like, what does he have against you? Like, it doesn't make any.
Because I'm a female.
It doesn't make any sense because, yeah, I'm like, what is his problem? Because I know, I literally almost like contacted the school myself being like, hey.
Did you really?
Almost. I thought about it because, I mean, from what you kept telling me, I'm like, what is his deal? Because it seemed like he just really picked on you. And then weren't there like kids in the class too that were bothering you and he didn't do anything about it?
Wrong student. No. No, it was actually a girl who I like sat with every morning in the cafeteria because obviously, shut up.
She's talking to the dog.
No, she's whining because she has mud all over her. It's not my fault.
She had to be put in the kitchen.
No, so during the class period, actually, she just walked out. So basically what happened were these two boys were sitting there touching her.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember that.
Yeah, they were
part
touching
now.
her, and she got really pissed off, and like she yelled at them, and he's like, "Oh, whoa, what's the problem?" And I can't repeat what she said because she said some very, very bad words. I can't repeat.
Well, I mean, yeah, if he wasn't stopping the harassment, I mean, especially if they were touching her, I mean. And
so she got, like, reasonable. She reasonably got mad and walked out and went to the office. Mm-hmm. And, like, he just, first of all, he opened up the door and goes, "Where are you going?" And I don't even know what she said because I couldn't really hear what she said. Mm-hmm. But me and, like, my friend were, like, looking at each other and we were like, oh, my God. Like, what happened?
Right.
Because at that time, we didn't know what happened. Mm-hmm. And so he was like, you boys need to act right. Like, not saying anything to him. And she even told him what happened, like, I'm guessing in the hallway. Because she even said she did, because I even asked her the next morning, because we all sat in the cafeteria in the morning or, like, in the courtyard. Yeah. And we were sitting at the table. Stop saying yeah.
I'm just letting you know I'm listening. I'm being an active listener.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I'm like, yeah.
But no, I even asked her because she was like, oh my God, I really don't want to go to Mr. K's class. I was like, yeah, like what happened yesterday? Mm-hmm. And she was basically telling me how like they wouldn't stop touching and they were like have been harassing her before. And he didn't
I was going to say, I thought I remembered it was a constant thing. So
yeah. And apparently like she even told Mr. Camphouse like when she like left, like why she left and everything. And eventually at the end of class, because they were continuing, like, disrupting the entire class. This was, like, an everyday thing. Mm-hmm. Like, if someone else were to do it, it would be different, and he would sit there and make them leave. But he didn't. But that day, he finally, like, had enough. But that's because they said something to him. He was like,
Did they
Shut
make
up.
fun of him, right?
They were like, wow, you're really going to let a bunch of 15 and 16-year-olds get to you? Wow, that's a low blow move. And he was like, you know what? Get out. And he started crying after that.
Oh, I mean,
He deserved it.
I don't know. I will say, like, being a teacher can be very exhausting and frustrating, but at the
Don't
same
take it
time,
out on us. What did we do?
Right. You have to be able to,
But that's the thing is, I never did anything.
compartmentalize.
Bro, it's the fact that I wasn't even there, and this man was still found a way to talk about me any way he could. Because even my friends, like she would be like, oh yeah, like Mr. K is like talking about you. It's like, what do you mean? He's like, oh well, like she's not here today. It's like, what does me not being in your class affect you? If anything, it affects me because I'm not doing your assignment, which obviously I ended up, his assignments were so easy. All you had to do was log in and do like a quick little assignment.
Yeah.
And he puts it in the Google Classroom for when you're not there. So what does me not being there have to do with your job? Please explain.
Yeah. Well, wait. So was that the class? I know at one point though, you
This
said
is marketing.
You said there was a class where either a boy or two boys like were throwing paper at you.
Oh, this! Oh my God! This was the period before this. So I had marketing 5th period, but I had math 4th period. I took algebra, which is so stupid because I got a 5 and even like
On your fast test.
yeah, I got a 5, and so even
So you should have been in a more advanced class.
I
but
should
they
have
put
been.
you in.
I think it's geometry after algebra.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so shouldn't have been in that class. I was in a class full of stupid people. No offense. There was a couple kids I will say were really, really smart, but the other kids, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say the word stupid, just not as intelligent.
No, just maybe didn't learn the stuff already like you had.
Not as intelligent, same way.
But plus, though, you're like a whole year older than a lot of people in your grade because, as you said before in a previous episode, you did 3rd grade twice.
And it only made me smarter, and y'all are haters and mad. Just say that. But no, anyways. No, so I'm
just saying that because you may have just like gotten the concepts quicker than the people who were not as developed as you at that time. Trying to be kind of a little more diplomatically correct and nice about it than just saying that.
No, these three boys were stupid. I'll straight out say it because what they were doing was stupid. Okay. So, first of all, I love my math teacher, even though I'm gonna say what she called me.
It was her aide, right, that gave you a hard time a lot.
Don't even get me started on her. I genuinely have a hatred towards that. Her like teacher helper thing.
Teacher assistant.
Yes.
Right.
Love my math teacher does. She is so sweet. What was it? She called me Jenna because she couldn't pronounce my name. Because because she had more of an accent to like her voice was an accent like because you can tell like she has a different and so which I wasn't like that's not my name like because I wasn't gonna be rude about it. But, so I just like went along with it because I didn't mind. It's not like it's the end of the world.
Yeah, I don't get
people who make it like such a
big deal if you get your name pronounced wrong. It's never bothered me, and I did think it was funny when the students would do it on purpose just to try to bother me, and I'm like, guys, I really don't care. Like
we just because your name was at first so hard to pronounce, so we just came up with our own names, and you were okay with it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care.
Because it's not like we were doing it in a negative way.
Yeah, no, and it's funny because someone even came up to like tell me, they were like, hey, they're saying your name like this and laughing and kind of like making fun, and I'm like, oh no, it's I was like, no, they asked me if it was okay if they said that, and I was like, and I don't mind, it's kind of a fun little nickname. Like,
yeah, because I remember seeing your name on like my schedule. I was like, what is this lady's name? I was like, I know her first name, but what the heck is her last name?
Right. Yeah. I don't know why people have a hard time pronouncing it. But I mean, yeah, it didn't bother me, but I do know there were some adults that they get so mad about it. And it's like, why? It's not the end of the world.
It's not. Like, even if you don't want them to say that, just say it politely. You don't be like, that's not my name. Just don't say it like that.
Right.
Because even like substitute teachers will be like, I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. Just like correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand how people got my name wrong, but I mean,
yeah.
It's different.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I never took it like in an offensive way.
Okay, but yeah, to get back to the paper throwing boys.
It wasn't paper.
Oh, what?
Well, it was paper.
Okay.
Pencils.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got pencils thrown at me by 3 boys. I can't name, sadly. No, I went to middle school with 2 of the boys. I don't know about the 3rd boy. I don't think I went to the same middle school as him. But the second boy, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah. Had to whisper that off. You guys could not hear that. Yeah. So for some reason, it was an everyday thing of like, not at me, like they would like throw things across the room, and even our teacher would be like, you can't do that, like stop doing that. Which I felt so bad, because she's like the sweetest teacher ever, and I loved her. She was like one of my favorite teachers. But then it was a day that she wasn't there, so I actually emailed her after that. I remember emailing her after that. I don't exactly remember what I read, but first of all, I didn't mean for it to go as far as it did, because I emailed her, like, just between me and her.
Okay.
This woman got the principal,
yes,
an assistant principal, and the behavior people all in the same email chain, and the teacher assistant person.
I do remember you saying that now. Yeah.
I was like, this was supposed to be an A-B conversation. They need to see their way out of it.
No, but I was so glad when you told me that back then, because I do remember you saying that now. And, and I do remember back then being like, well, good. No, because those boys need to be stopped. That, like, everything needs to be stopped so they don't keep doing it.
Something about me is, okay, depending on what class I was in. Second period, besides if one of my friends, like that one kid I was telling you about, like if he wasn't there, I didn't talk in second period. I never talked in fourth period. I hated when I got called on in fourth period. But I would like answer the questions when she asked, like when no one was responding. I hated that about 8th grade too. Oh my God. I hated 8th grade year in math when I was like doing the math with everybody else. Because I could solve a math problem in 4 seconds and be done. And it's like, it infuriated me. So it's a good thing I got moved to the back and did my own thing.
Right.
But no, I was like, just literally, she wasn't there that day, and neither was like the like teacher assistant lady. Yeah. No, we had a substitute, which I even told you they were rude to the substitute too. They were making like very non-things you should say about a person.
Right.
About him doing things to like a person and everything. Like making a joke about it, like saying he would do that to a person. And I'm like, that's not something you should say to somebody. And you can clearly tell, like, he did not find that funny, what they were saying.
Right. And I think I remember you mentioning that, because I think back then I was like, I would have just sent them straight to the principal's office.
Which you can tell he was writing it down, because he was, like, writing things down. And I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, there's something wrong with these people. But no, I like never talked in fourth period. Like she would, and it's so funny because after, I think it was winter break, she wanted us to pair up with people and talk about what we did over winter break. And of course I got paired up with somebody I knew, because I knew like a lot of the kids in the math class. I just don't every year, I don't, besides like 7th grade year, I never talked to anybody in math. I was like so laser focused on math that I didn't care about having friends in that class. I really didn't. If I'm being honest, I didn't care about having friends that much during math periods. But no, I was just like sitting there minding my own business. And like all of a sudden I almost just said a bad word. I felt like something hit my shoulder at first. And I like look over and there's a pencil and I'm like, whatever. Like, I really didn't care. I was just trying to get my assignments done because I really didn't care. Because I always, like...
weren't really paying too much attention to your surroundings
I was too busy trying to get a good education like they should have been. And then all of a sudden, I felt something... I almost cursed again. Sharp hit my head. And I, like, looked down, and it's a pencil again. And then, like, and then I, like, looked over, and... oh my God, I almost said his name. I want him so bad. He makes me so mad. Aww. And he was like looking over and he's smiling and he's like, it wasn't me, it was him. And they're like, no, it wasn't, it was you. And like they all 3 of them were arguing. I was like, I even told him, I was like, I don't care, just stop. Like genuinely.
You're like, just leave me alone.
I was so pissed. Like, leave me alone. Because that's the thing is, I've never said a word to these kids. And it's funny because and I don't think all 3 of them. I think the 2 boys that I went to middle school with were in my first period.
Oh, okay.
Never said a word to them, even in first period. I, like, minded my own business talking to my friends. But no, they wouldn't leave me alone. I'm like, can you, like, genuinely leave me alone? Like, I'm trying to get my work done. Leave me alone. You might not care about your grades and education and how far you get in life, but I do. Right. So, like, leave me alone. And they continued doing it. And I was like, well, I wasn't going to email her during that period. Because knowing somebody was around and see me emailing her, they would have been like, oh my God, she's saying
I saw
something.
her do this. Yeah.
Like, oh my God. God forbid a girl likes safety. Jesus.
Right. Oh, speaking of safety,
what did I do?
I just think it's always so funny because you're always commenting that like you have an escape route no matter where you're at because of all of the, like your crime shows you watch. And I remember you telling me you knew the exact route you would take if anything ever happened at the school.
Oh yeah. Because obviously you went to the school for my choir performance, and I told you exactly what route I would take. Every single period I had an escape route, which I think that is so important to have, though.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Because it's like not like, oh, I'm going to go here because like, what if that person's there? I have an escape route for every class just in case if a person is in a certain area. But I think that's such a good thing to have because like, what if something does happen?
Right.
And everyone else is just running around. It's like, I have my own escape route, so I know where to go to get myself out of that situation.
Yeah, but let's focus on positive. So I know you've been kind of venting about teachers in some classes and some what in other terms like it's a bullies. I mean, what about your good experiences like the dances and the football games and other things?
Yeah. This may be a hot take, but homecoming is overhyped.
It can be. I'll say that. I think it can be. Yeah.
Okay, so our homecoming tickets were $30, which isn't bad compared to prom.
That's insane. I never.
Prom tickets are like $80.
No. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
$30 on my homecoming ticket.
On a homecoming ticket?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I spent $30 to go to homecoming, and my dress was like $70 or $80.
Go
to Windsor, guys.
The dress is all you, but like, no, like we never paid that much to go to events.
But that included to like go in there, and I think that also kind of like for the food that they had, which. It's okay. My friend's mommy got us Chick-fil-A after. I love her. It's funny because she was like, let me know when you want to come over. You always know I'll come and get you.
Yeah. Aww.
We love her. But no,
yeah.
I spent $30 to get into homecoming and everything. And that was like my ticket and everything. Because that didn't even like include like the dresses that people buy. Which there was a lot of like pretty dresses. And oh my God, another thing is I don't understand. I don't know if I told you this. There was a fight at homecoming.
You know, I can't remember if you told me that or not. I'm just thinking, you know what? I don't ever remember buying a homecoming dress. Yeah. We all just wore jeans, like our regular clothes to the homecoming dance and stuff. Yeah, no, we didn't dress up for that. The only dances that we ever really dressed up for were like prom and like any like formal thing, like the Christmas dance or something. Now, if it was something more.
We don't do that.
Yeah, now they don't like, but no, yeah, we never dressed up for the dances.
Which my dress, I actually liked my dress. I thought it was really pretty.
Yeah, you've got some cute dresses for the events that you've gone to.
I liked my Sweet 16 dress. I didn't like the fact that it was $90 though.
Yeah, that's crazy. Now I will say too, like award ceremonies. I mean, yeah, people would dress up for like the award ceremonies that we would have.
But yeah, no. And I
just remembered now we would make custom shirts for the pep rallies. So like each grade level would make class shirts. But yes.
Except I didn't buy. I was going to. But I didn't, and because they were still on sale after they were like cutoff dates because they had like a bunch of extra shirts, and I was gonna get one, but I kept on forgetting to.
That sounds right.
Because the thing is I would remind myself because I would want to go like on the way to lunch because I didn't eat lunch. Like I would get lunch, but I didn't get the chance to eat my lunch.
No, because people would take it though, but you would let them take it.
I would, but I wouldn't because there was one time where I was like starving and I was like, no. And I went to go grab it and I can't even say his name, but he freaking took it and ran. And then my other friend, which you remember how I told you like they were fighting over a
Yes,
cheeseburger?
yes.
It was my cheeseburger that they were
because
fighting over.
I think you guys, one of you sent me a video of them fighting over food.
Yeah, because
Like-
because one of my friends, because he already had like devoured it already, and he gave it back to him, and he's like, but
There's nothing left.
and he
Yeah,
goes-
there's like, it's like, what's this?
And then he goes, "Can I have a bite of your cheeseburger?" And he was like, "What?" I can't say what he said because
Yeah.
yeah. But now, something I really did like was Spirit Weeks because obviously a lot of
Those
high
are
school goes
usually
out.
fun.
But our high
yeah.
school goes out so much. Like, I think I even said
Yes, you guys have fun with it. I wish that my peers, when we were that age, had more fun with that stuff and dressed
in a
up.
Transformer suit.
Yeah.
Some guy in one of the, like, I don't know if he's in band or choir, but he wore a pink tutu, had pink face paint, and like a little pink like headband thing.
Yeah.
So I think I even sent a photo to your mom or texted your
Maybe.
mom or in the group chat about some guy dressing up as American flag.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like the inflatable, and like our Spirit Weeks are so fun, and they're so like fun to participate in. Something I don't like about our school is because it's an outside school. So imagine me in the winter time, leggings, sweatpants, t-shirt, long sleeve, hoodie, blanket, and like long socks.
But
with
this
cozy
is even
shoes.
this is in Florida weather too, though. So honestly, you're making it sound like you're up north in like 10 feet of snow.
Yeah,
when really it is not that at all, people. It is Florida winter,
It was like
which is like
40 something degrees.
50 degrees outside. Like that's anything to be concerned with.
40. It was like 40 to 45. One day it was 38.
Oh, boo-hoo. I had to walk.
Okay, that's good for you.
Campus. I literally it was so cold and there was so much snow and I had to walk from one end of campus to the next in between almost every class.
I had to do the same thing.
I had icicles on my eyelashes.
That must suck for you.
Eyelashes. Icicles. Frozen.
Get your daughter.
But no, like, so no, you make it sound like it's like freezing.
But if you're okay,
but you are accustomed to it, so it is a big change for you.
If you're a
accustomed to the hot
Floridian,
weather.
you would know exactly how it feels. Okay, and it doesn't help. I don't know if there's any other outside high schools. I think we're one of the only ones.
There are. I know there are some more. But
like around our area.
Ooh, yeah, I know there's at least one more.
I was gonna say high school, but I probably should not say that. That's gonna say where we are.
Yeah. But no. So I do know of some others, but it's just so funny. But I would not like that though, because I know like. In the winter, even in like the summertime though, even in like the fall and spring, I would hate like having to go outside in that heat in between every class
really
and then getting
hot.
into the next classroom and finally getting into the AC. I would hate having to constantly adapt.
But listen, so obviously during that time it's like really really hot and stuff, especially at the beginning of the school year, because it's like it's kind of still summertime in a way.
Yeah.
And so my first period, I had biology first period, and that room was still hot. Like, it wasn't, like, hot as it was outside, but it was, like, not, like, cool and cold.
Was it kind of like a muggy?
I don't know. It felt, like, so humid in there.
Yeah, like muggy. Yeah.
And so, but there's, oh, my God, the teacher I hate. His classroom was always so, like, cold, which obviously even, like, if it wasn't, like, that really, really cool time, I still, like, would bring something even if it was cold. Like, even if it was, like, my hoodie or my jacket or something. I found it so funny because one day I walked into that period, and I always walked in before, like, my friend. And so she walked in one time. Why were we wearing the exact same outfit?
Because good minds think alike.
Like, this was not planned at all. I'm talking from head to toe. Same shoes, same socks, same pants, and same like shirt, and we were wearing our school's hoodie over it.
Yeah.
Literally twinning.
That's some teen slang right there. Twinning.
Shut up.
But yeah.
That was crazy. I don't know what else I would like about high school. Oh, football games. I didn't like our school's football games. There was always fights.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I remember a fight that you were really close to when it broke out.
Bro.
Didn't you get like bumped into or something?
No. But the thing, no, I got hit during this fight because I turned around for 1 second to go talk to my friend, and all of a sudden I get whacked on my back, and I turn around and they're just fighting. I was like, oh shucks. I was like, I was trying to talk.
Yeah.
Because honestly, this was like a waiting to be like a blah 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 blah. This was like a thing that was already planned to happen, and I was like, it's not gonna happen. Like they always say,
like
it's gonna.
People were like, oh, it's gonna happen. They're gonna go.
Well, because
I was
with one of the girls who said it was gonna happen because she was walking with us.
Oh, okay.
Because we knew her. She was at a football game before, and it was gonna happen then, but it didn't happen.
Okay.
And I was like, no, like they said it was gonna happen last time. It's not gonna happen. And Lord enough, I turned around and I was sitting whack. It's like, oh, shorts.
Like, you're in my way.
It's funny because I like turned around. I was like, oh. And it took me, the fact is, it took me a second to process what was happening. And that's when it clicked in my head. I straight up did. I turned around and I go, oh. And I was like, oh. And I like backed up. And it took me a second. It was so funny though, because it took me a second to process that they were fist fighting. And it wasn't even like in front of everybody. It was behind the bleachers. And it's because they did it right where the walkway is, because obviously you can walk down to the bleachers. And I just found it so funny because it did take me a second to register it. But Ali, shorts, my friend and her sister bolted and they left me. I was like,
they ditched you.
Yes, because I like looked around as like, where'd they go? I got so scared. And I don't know who else we were with.
I don't. Well, is that the same game that your dad showed up to, and there was drama there too?
No, because my friend and her sister weren't there. It was me and my other friend who I've been friends with since like the 3rd grade. Now, should I talk about that football game?
How about not now? Because we're almost at our time limit.
Dawn. Oh wait, you still have to talk about yours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my school experience. I mean, honestly,
it was boring.
There wasn't anything too exciting. I know, like, you know, we didn't have as many options as you guys do now. So it's like, I'm glad to see that everything has evolved, because we didn't have as many options for electives and extracurriculars. And then also, obviously you guys have virtual school now, which I think is awesome, because I worked when I was your age. Like, I've been working since I was 14. So it would have been great to be able to work more and just do school online.
Wait, I need to give advice for choir kids. Do music theory and make sure your music theory teacher is bald and funny. Because mine was.
But no, I know at one point, they started offering some classes. So like for kind of the more like academically inclined kids or more responsible kids, they would have some classes available in like another building in the city. So I would do that. And that was really where, it was kind of a pilot program, because we would literally go to class. But the class would only be as long as the teacher took to teach the lesson, which could be like maybe 10-20 minutes depending on what the lesson is, and then you would just do the work and you'd be done with that class for the day, and then you could work on whatever else.
Isn't that kind of how like some kids do dual enrollment, and they can like, and like during that period, especially like if you're driving, it's different because you can drive on your own.
It was nice because I drove. So, and then of course for lunch, I wasn't stuck with school lunches. The way my schedule worked out. Nice. Yeah, the way my schedule worked out.
You could go out and get your own lunch.
I would go to Wendy's or McDonald's or somewhere and get lunch. And then I also did co-op. So.
You didn't have to eat. No offense to the lunch ladies, the crappy school lunch.
Well, and but that was like, you know, I want to say sophomore, junior years I did that, and then I graduated early senior year. But I did co-op my junior and senior. You should definitely
put me on your older son's pickup list this high school year. I so won't take him out of class early.
But when I did co-op, I did like my classes half the day, and then I could go like straight to work and stuff. And so it was.
Oh yeah, they have it. Yeah, to where you can do that now in high school.
Yeah, I really loved that. But yeah, and then I wanted out of there, so I graduated early so I could get out of there, and then I started college right away.
I need to learn how to do that because I want to graduate early.
It's really easy. But let's go ahead. We're going to end this episode right here. Speaking of school, though, our next episode we're going to do is going to be about Harry Potter.
She wants to do a movie marathon to where I see it because I've seen I think I've seen like a couple Harry Potter because I feel like they made so many.
They're based off the books. So yesterday, May 2nd, was International Harry Potter Day.
And we were on the phone and she's like, can we do a Harry Potter episode?
I love Harry Potter. I mean,
she got butterbeer popcorn yesterday.
I did. They have butterbeer flavored fishes. The fish brand, the little. You tried it. You didn't like it, but they're more like graham crackers. They're not the regular cheddar fishes. Anyway, I got these a couple weeks ago. But anyway, but we're going to go ahead. We didn't do the episode yesterday on International Harry Potter Day because Jay doesn't really know much about Harry Potter.
Hold on. Okay, we can get back to this conversation
And I want her to be able to actually interact when we do that episode and actually talk about it. So we're going to do a movie marathon one day so she can learn a little more.
I'm so confused about this.
Okay. And, so yes, guys, we will hopefully see you at our next episode. Please go to our website at adocpodcast.com and check out all of our
social media websites, ADOC Podcast. We're on TikTok and Instagram.
Yes, and we are also now on Amazon Music and Apple Podcasts and Good Pods. So we are definitely getting out there. Yes, and iHeartRadio. Yep. So all right,
is it
guys.
iHeartRadio?
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
iHeartRadio. So we'll have all that on the website soon as well. Thanks so much, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye.